Today I'm going to teach you the basics of how to read music. Music has many components, all serving specific reasons. Without each aspect and part, music would not be the same. Starting with the basic parts of music. Music is made up of lots of different parts and pieces, and these are the main basic ones. Music is made up of notes, clefs, and time signatures, and often contains rests, flats, and sharps. One of the two most common clefs is the treble clef. The treble clef goes in the order E F, G A, B C, D, E F. Some notes are written on the ledger lines, while others are written in between the spaces of the lines. Most beginners memorize the notes by using acronyms. To remember the ledger line notes, most people use the acronym Every Good Boy Does Fine. Most people tend to remember the names of the notes in the spaces by remembering that they spell the word face. The second most common clef is the bass clef. This clef uses different notes than the treble clef, so we use different acronyms to remember the note order. A good acronym to use for the ledger lines notes is Every Good Boy Does Fine Always. And then an acronym used to remember the notes within the spaces is All Cows Eat Grass. After some time practicing, musicians no longer need to remember these acronyms as they become more familiar with the notes. But beginning in music, it's helpful to remember the acronyms. There are differences between the treble and the bass clef. As you saw, each clef has different notes. The treble clef is used for higher notes. Instruments that play higher notes will usually use the treble clef, like a trumpet. Since a trumpet is considered a high brass instrument, it will use the treble clef rather than the bass. The bass clef, on the other hand, is used for lower notes. Instruments like a tuba will use the bass clef since they tend to play lower notes. There are five main types of different notes. Whole notes, which are worth 4 beats per measure, half notes, which are worth 2 beats, quarter notes, which are worth 1 beat, eighth notes, which are worth half a beat, and 16th notes, which are worth 1/4 of a beat. The number of beats each note will determine how long the note is. And then there are also types of rests. A rest is a pause in the music. When there is a rest, then you don't play. Along with each of the notes, there is a rest. There are whole rests, half rests, quarter rests, eighth rests, and 16th rests. They're all worth the same amount of beats as the notes that they correspond to. There are two types of accidentals in music known as flats and sharps. They are written right in front of the note unless they are included in the key signature at the beginning of the piece. Flats lower the pitch of a note, and they are represented by a symbol that looks similar to the letter B. And then sharps raise the pitch of the note. They are represented by a symbol that looks similar to the number symbol. Then we have key signatures. Key signatures are used to show which notes are sharp and flat throughout the entire piece. They are written at the very beginning to the right of whatever clef the piece uses. They change certain notes within the piece unless the notes are marked differently. In this example on the slide, you see that there are sharp symbols on the C, F, and G. This means that all C's, F's, and G's in the entire song are going to be sharp unless they're marked otherwise in the music. Then we have, last but not least, time signatures. Time signatures are used to tell how many beats are in each measure. There are many different time signatures, but the most common is 4/4. They're always written at the beginning of the song. Other time signatures that are often used, but not quite as much as 4/4, include 2/4 and 3/4. There are also others, but many of them are not used today. Music takes a lot of practice and patience, But with dedication, you can learn lots of songs with tons of different sounds. Some pieces, such as this one, may seem a bit hard at first, but with practice you can play songs just like this too. Music has lots of benefits. Some of these include relieving stress, improving attitude, and developing concentration skills. HealthFitnessRevolution.com has an article with many more benefits if you are interested in learning about what else music can help with. They also provide explanations for how music is able to create these benefits. In conclusion, music has several important key components and each go hand in hand in organizing and playing music. Music takes a lot of practice, memorization, and dedication, but it is worth all the work. Hopefully you learned something new about music and its aspects with this presentation. If you're interested in getting more information or lessons on this topic, visit musictheory.net for more information.